Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Kane whodunit brewing, Ashby seriously hurt in a twisted mystery? The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers tease that Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, might have a problem in his hands in the next couple weeks on the CBS soap opera. Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Kane believed that someone was targeting him in France. However, it sounds like that threat, whoever it will be, might strike in Genoa City. Kane has been making enemies left and right. He aimed to reunite with Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, but that didn't work out, especially after Damian Kane's, Jermaine Rivers, murder. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, wants to ruin Kane. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, worries about Kane's interest in Jabot. It's a recipe for disaster. Kane begins to make big moves in Genoa City. Lily caught in the middle. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Lily will do Victor's bidding and get closer to her ex-husband. She wanted to keep her distance, but Victor believes that Lily is the only one who can reach Kane and discover his motives. She reluctantly agreed to his spy mission. Lily will meet with Kane later this week of August 11th, to chat. He will pull out all the stops with Lily, determined to win her over. There's little Kane can do, at this point, as she is still reeling over Damian's death. What is this? But at some point, she could see a different side to Kane. She loved him before, and the chances are, she will again. This is especially true if someone targets Kane, forcing Lily to see a softer side to Ashby. Who could target Kane? The options are endless. Victor wants to destroy him, but it seems, at least right now, that destruction is limited to the business world. Victor proposed that Kane team up with him to destroy Jack. The unlikely partnership could make Kane an enemy to Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, Jack, Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, and Diane Jenkine, Susan Walters. There is another possibility. Someone from Kane's past could follow him to Genoa City and unleash a twisted revenge plot against the newfound billionaire. He could need Victor and Jack's help to uncover the truth, leading to a truce with Newman and Abbott. It would be a peaceful way to end the corporate war that could destroy multiple companies in the power struggle. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Kane will find himself in a difficult spot, as someone is clearly out to get him. Let's hope that Lily doesn't become the prime suspect in the attack. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Kane whodunit brewing, Ashby seriously hurt in a twisted mystery? Genoa City has never been a place for the faint of heart, but even longtime residents are in shock as word spreads of a sudden, violent twist that has left Kane Ashby fighting for his life. The Young and the Restless fans are about to see a storyline unfold that mixes high-stakes danger, deep-rooted grudges, and a tangled web of suspects that could keep everyone guessing for weeks to come. Kane's return to the canvas had already been sparking whispers, with old wounds from his past threatening to resurface. But no one expected that his comeback would take a dangerous turn so quickly, and now the big question looms: who would want to hurt him badly enough to put him in the hospital? The upcoming episodes are set to reveal just how dark this mystery can get, and the answers may change the lives of several Genoa City residents forever. Kane's reappearance in town had already stirred up tension. Long-time viewers will recall that he left under complicated circumstances, leaving family, friends, and enemies behind. While his relationship with Lily Winters had ended on a bittersweet note, there were unresolved feelings on both sides. His ties to Jill Abbott, his role in the Chancellor Industries legacy, and his lingering animosity with certain power players made his return more than just a social visit. Kane seemed determined to prove he had changed, but the scars of his past and the whispers of old scandals trailed him wherever he went. Now, after a violent attack leaves him gravely injured, all of those connections, and grudges, are being examined under a microscope. The scene of the incident is shrouded in secrecy, but early spoilers hint that Kane was found in an alleyway on the outskirts of Genoa City's business district late at night. Reports suggest he had been meeting someone in secret before the attack, and while no one knows the exact details yet, speculation is rampant. Was Kane lured into a trap by someone from his corporate past? Did a personal enemy decide this was the moment to settle a score? Or could this have been a random act of violence with an all-too-personal twist? The mystery is only deepening as law enforcement begins its investigation, and certain residents already seem more nervous than others. Lily is among the first to rush to Kane's side upon hearing the news, and while their relationship has been over for some time, her concern is palpable. Viewers will see her struggle with a mix of guilt, worry, and anger, guilt that she didn't see any danger coming, worry over whether Kane will pull through, and anger at whoever dared to harm him. This emotional storm will put her at odds with some people in her life, especially when she begins questioning those around her about what they know. Billy Abbott, for one, will find himself in an awkward position. His past interactions with Kane have not always been friendly, and while he insists he had nothing to do with the attack, his defensive behavior may raise more questions than answers. Meanwhile, Jill Abbott is expected to take a far more aggressive approach. Kane has long been like a son to her, and the thought of someone targeting him will bring out her protective instincts. She will waste no time in demanding answers from her business rivals, her family, and even strangers who might be linked to the incident. Jill's investigation could lead her into dangerous territory, especially if she gets too close to the truth before the police do. Longtime fans know that Jill's persistence can be both a blessing and a curse, and this time, it might put her directly in the line of fire. The suspect list is already shaping up to be one of the most intriguing in recent Genoa City history. There's Colin Atkinson, Kane's own father, whose criminal history and habit of deception make him a perpetual wild card. Colin's relationship with Kane has always been fraught, swinging between reluctant affection and ruthless betrayal. Could he have returned to town quietly and decided that Kane was an obstacle in some larger scheme? Then there's Hillary's former associates from the GC Buzz scandal days, some of whom never forgave Kane for his role in certain corporate shakeups. And of course, there's the lingering question of whether someone from Kane's days in Australia, someone viewers haven't even met yet, could have come to town with unfinished business. Adding even more intrigue is the possibility that this wasn't about Kane at all. What if he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, overhearing or witnessing something he wasn't supposed to? Spoilers hint that Kane may have been working on a deal or investigating something quietly before the attack, possibly tied to Chancellor Winters or even a corporate rival. If so, the attack might have been meant as a warning to others rather than a personal vendetta. But the fact remains, Kane is now in critical condition, and if he wakes up, he could hold the key to unraveling everything. Detective Chance Chancellor will be leading the official investigation, and his personal connection to Kane adds an emotional layer to the case. Chance is determined to find out what happened, but he will also have to navigate the tricky waters of family loyalty, corporate politics, and half-truths from multiple witnesses. Expect to see Chance question everyone from Devon Hamilton to Victor Newman, as each could have a reason, whether directly or indirectly, to want Kane silenced. And as always in Genoa City, motives can be hidden behind layers of business deals, personal grudges, and decades-old feuds. Devon, in particular, could find himself under suspicion for reasons that may surprise viewers. While Devon and Kane were once business partners, their fallout over Chancellor Industries still lingers. Devon insists he has moved on, but there may be secrets from the past that would make outsiders question his innocence. Similarly, Victor Newman's name will inevitably surface, less because of any direct animosity toward Kane, and more because Victor's empire has been known to crush anyone who stands in its way. Whether Victor would be so directly involved in an attack is doubtful, but that doesn't mean one of his allies or employees couldn't have acted in a way that indirectly put Kane in harm's way. As for Kane's condition, hospital scenes will dominate the early part of this storyline, with doctors warning that he's not out of danger yet. His injuries are said to be severe enough that even if he survives, his recovery will be long and complicated. This opens the door for emotional bedside confessions, unexpected alliances, and even old flames reigniting. Lily may find herself drawn back into Kane's orbit despite her best intentions, and Jill will likely station herself as a permanent fixture at the hospital, ready to pounce on anyone she suspects. The writers are clearly setting the stage for a slow-burn mystery where every new clue opens up more questions than answers. One of the most tantalizing aspects of this whodunit is how it could intersect with other ongoing storylines. Genoa City is never short on drama, and the ripple effects from this attack could touch everyone from the Newman family to the Abbotts. For example, if corporate sabotage is involved, it could tie into the Newman media power struggles or Chancellor Winter's own internal conflicts. If it's more personal, the fallout could dredge up scandals from years ago, forcing characters to face mistakes they thought were long buried. Fans should also prepare for red herrings galore. The writers know that the audience loves to play detective, and they'll be dropping misleading clues to keep viewers off balance. Expect scenes where characters are caught having suspicious conversations, cryptic phone calls, or unconvincing alibis. There may even be moments where Kane's own behavior before the attack raises eyebrows. Was he entirely innocent in whatever he was mixed up in, or could he have been keeping dangerous secrets himself? The emotional stakes will be high, not just for Kane's loved ones but for viewers who have followed his complicated journey over the years. This storyline has all the hallmarks of a classic Y&R mystery: a beloved character in peril, a web of potential suspects, long-simmering feuds coming to a boil, and the promise of shocking reveals. And because this is Genoa City, we can't rule out the possibility that the truth will be far stranger than anyone expects. In the weeks ahead, watch for tensions to escalate between rival factions, for unlikely alliances to form, and for the slow drip of clues to pull viewers deeper into the mystery. Kane's fate hangs in the balance, and so does the reputations, and freedom, of several key players. Whether justice will be served or the real culprit will manage to stay hidden remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: this whodunit will keep fans glued to their screens until the very last reveal. While Kane lies unconscious in his hospital bed, the tension in Genoa City is becoming unbearable. Chancellor has set up a temporary investigation headquarters inside the GCPD, but his work spills far beyond the precinct's walls. The case is consuming him, partly because he feels a deep personal obligation to Jill and Devon, and partly because the thought of anyone getting away with nearly killing a man who was trying to turn his life around gnaws at him. Chance's training tells him to remain objective, but this case is hitting him right in the heart. He's not just piecing together clues, he's navigating a minefield of lies, family ties, and whispered threats. The first major lead comes from a witness who claims to have seen Kane arguing with someone outside a coffee shop just hours before the attack. The problem? The witness is reluctant to name names. Chance manages to coax a vague description: a tall figure, dressed in a dark overcoat, wearing a hat pulled low. The lack of details only deepens the suspicion in town. It could be anyone, and that means everyone is on edge. The description sparks murmurs in the community, and soon, rumors begin to fly that this mystery figure was spotted near Chancellor Winter's offices earlier that day. Meanwhile, Lily's inner conflict intensifies. She tells herself she's only involved for the sake of finding justice, but she can't deny the memories flooding back: late-night talks with Kane, the way he used to protect their family, and the mistakes that tore them apart. As she sits by his bedside, she recalls the last conversation they had before the attack, one she's been keeping to herself. Kane had hinted he was onto something big, something that could change the balance of power in Genoa City's corporate world. He wouldn't say more, only that he needed to be careful who he trusted. That detail might be the key to everything, but Lily hesitates to tell Chance, worried it will make Kane a bigger target if the wrong person overhears. Jill is far less restrained. She storms through town, demanding answers from anyone who has so much as breathed Kane's name in the last month. Her first stop is Devon, who insists he's shocked by what happened and had no contact with Kane in recent weeks. Jill doesn't fully believe him, though. She remembers Devon being visibly tense when Kane's name came up in a board meeting just days earlier. Devon brushes it off as unrelated stress, but Jill files it away for later. She knows when someone is hiding something, and Devon's body language has her radar pinging. Another possible suspect quietly emerges, Amanda Sinclair. Though Amanda has had a complicated history with Kane, they had reportedly patched things up. But Amanda is a sharp litigator, and some in town wonder if she might have been protecting a client who saw Kane as a threat. Her cool, composed demeanor during Chance's initial questioning doesn't help her case. People begin to whisper that she's hiding something behind that polished lawyer smile. Amanda, for her part, brushes off. Then there's the shadow of Colin Atkinson, Kane's father, hanging over the investigation like a storm cloud. Colin has been missing from the Genoa City scene for a while, but his criminal past is never far from anyone's mind. The idea that he could have slipped into town unnoticed isn't far-fetched. Colin has a knack for evading law enforcement. Chance orders a discreet inquiry into Colin's possible whereabouts, and the early results are chilling. A known associate of Colin's was spotted in a downtown bar the night Kane was attacked. Could this have been a prelude to a more sinister plan? At the hospital, the atmosphere is thick with tension. Kane's condition is stable but critical. He's in a medically induced coma to help his body heal. Doctors warn that brain swelling is a concern, and there's no telling when, or if, he will wake up. This uncertainty gnaws at Lily, Jill, and even some of Kane's old rivals, who find themselves unexpectedly shaken. Abby Newman stops by to offer support to Chance, and in a surprising twist, Abby confides that she saw someone suspicious lurking near Society 2 nights before the attack. The description matches the coffee shop witness's account, suggesting the mysterious figure may have been watching Kane for days. Back at the GCPD, Chance and his team uncover security footage from a nearby ATM camera. It's grainy and the figure's face is obscured, but the build, gait, and clothing match the earlier witness descriptions. Chance shares the footage with a select few, including Jill, who immediately grows pale. She claims the walk looks familiar, but can't, or won't, say who it reminds her of. Whether she's protecting someone or genuinely unsure remains a mystery, but her reaction is enough to spark a new round of speculation among fans. As the investigation drags on, red herrings multiply. A break-in at Chancellor Winters is reported, and while nothing appears stolen, it's suspiciously timed with Kane's attack. Devon insists it's unrelated, but Chance notes that the intruder accessed Kane's old office. Then, an anonymous tip is phoned into the station, claiming that Kane had been secretly meeting with a woman in the days leading up to the attack. No name is given, but the caller suggests she might have been working against him. This sends Jill into another investigative spiral, grilling Kane's acquaintances about any new relationships he might have had. Meanwhile, the emotional fallout is taking a toll on Lily. Her current relationship starts to strain under the weight of her preoccupation with Kane's condition. She's forced to confront the possibility that her feelings for him never truly disappeared, and the idea of losing him for good terrifies her. As she spends more nights at the hospital, her connection to Kane's children deepens, and she vows to protect them from the turmoil swirling around the attack. Viewers can expect the coming weeks to be a slow burn build-up to a shocking reveal. There will be false arrests, misinterpreted clues, and moments when it seems the truth is within reach, only for it to slip away again. The real twist may not be just who attacked Kane, but why. If the motive turns out to be tied to something bigger, like corporate espionage or a decades-old grudge, the fallout could shake Genoa City to its core. And when Kane finally wakes up, if he wakes up, his first words might change everything. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Lily caught in the middle, family, love, and loyalty tested in Genoa City's latest storm. In Genoa City, secrets rarely stay buried, alliances shift like sand, and loyalty is a currency few can truly afford. At the center of the latest storm stands Lily Winters, a woman who has fought for stability, peace, and success, only to find herself pulled in opposite directions by family conflicts, romantic tension, and corporate wars that threaten everything she's built. The Young and the Restless is setting the stage for an emotionally charged arc where Lily becomes the unwilling mediator, the confidant, and ultimately, the one who must make impossible choices with consequences that will ripple through the city for months to come. Lily has long been known for her calm presence and ability to bring balance to even the most volatile situations. As co-CEO of Chancellor Winters, she has steered the company through challenging mergers, public scandals, and internal disputes. But her latest challenges are far more personal. On one side, there's Devon Hamilton, her brother and business partner, who is fiercely protective of his position and the family legacy. On the other, there's Billy Abbott, whose charm, ambition, and unpredictability have both drawn Lily in and caused her endless frustration. With tensions between Devon and Billy at a boiling point, Lily is stuck in a dangerous position, trying to protect her company, her family relationships, and her own heart. The current trouble began when Billy made a series of unilateral decisions at Chancellor Winters without consulting Devon or Lily. While Billy insists his moves were in the best interest of the company, Devon sees them as reckless and self-serving. Lily, ever the diplomat, initially tried to smooth things over, believing they could work through their differences. But when tempers flared in a closed-door meeting and accusations started flying, it became clear that this was not going to be resolved with a few calming words. Both men have drawn their battle lines, and Lily is the only person they both expect to stand on their side. The problem is, she can't. To make matters worse, the conflict at work is bleeding into Lily's personal life. Her relationship with Billy, which had once been a source of excitement and comfort, is now weighed down by distrust. She's questioning whether Billy's drive is fueled by a genuine desire to succeed for the company, or by his own ego. Meanwhile, Devon's subtle but persistent pressure for her to take his side is making her feel cornered. She loves her brother deeply, but she can't ignore the fact that he can be just as stubborn as Billy, unwilling to see beyond his own perspective. Adding another layer of complexity is the reappearance of Kane Ashby, Lily's ex-husband and the father of her children. Kane's return is already stirring up old emotions, particularly now that he's found himself entangled in a dangerous mystery that's left him seriously injured. While Lily's priority is making sure Kane recovers for the sake of their kids, her involvement in his situation is not sitting well with Billy. Billy's jealousy is a slow-burning fuse, and the more time Lily spends at Kane's side, the more obvious it becomes. Devon, meanwhile, views Kane's return as yet another distraction from the company's challenges, and a distraction for Lily at a time when she needs to be focused. This perfect storm leaves Lily stretched to her breaking point. Every choice she makes feels like a betrayal to someone she cares about. If she sides with Devon, she risks alienating Billy both personally and professionally. If she backs Billy, she could fracture her bond with Devon and damage the trust that keeps Chancellor Winters together. And if she devotes too much energy to helping Kane, she might lose both Billy's trust and Devon's patience. The tension is palpable in every scene, and viewers can see the toll it's taking on Lily. She's smiling less, hesitating more, and spending long, sleepless nights weighing her options. The corporate battle intensifies when Jill Abbott steps in. As the ultimate matriarch of Chancellor Industries, Jill has her own opinions about Billy's methods, and she's never been shy about sharing them. Jill's involvement adds fuel to the fire, as her complicated relationship with both Billy and Devon makes her an unpredictable player. One moment, she's defending Billy's bold moves, the next, she's warning him to back down. Lily finds herself caught in Jill's crossfire too, forced to answer pointed questions about where her loyalties lie. Complicating matters further is the growing suspicion that an outsider may be trying to exploit the rift between Devon and Billy for personal gain. Nate Hastings, who has had his own turbulent history with the company, is watching the situation closely. Though he claims to have moved on from his ambitions at Chancellor Winters, some can't help but wonder if he's biding his time, ready to swoop in if the leadership cracks wide open. If Nate sees a chance to step into the chaos and reclaim a position of influence, Lily's balancing act could crumble entirely. On the personal front, Lily's internal struggle is equally intense. Her history with Billy is filled with moments of passion, vulnerability, and deep connection, but also with misunderstandings and disagreements about priorities. Lately, those disagreements are coming faster and hitting harder. She's beginning to see sides of Billy that she can't ignore: his impulsiveness, his tendency to see challenges as personal battles rather than collaborative efforts. At the same time, Devon's unwavering sense of family loyalty is comforting, but his rigidity is exhausting. Lily wants to support her brother, but she also believes in giving Billy the chance to prove himself, a belief Devon sees as naive. Kane's presence in all this creates an emotional undercurrent that no one, not even Lily, fully understands yet. There's no indication that she wants to rekindle a romantic relationship with him, but the history they share is undeniable. They've been through love, betrayal, reconciliation, and heartbreak, and those memories don't simply vanish. Watching him fight for his life stirs up protective instincts, and the thought of their children losing their father is enough to keep her rooted in his corner, no matter the cost to her relationships with Billy and Devon. As the weeks unfold, Lily will be forced to make decisions that could redefine her future. Will she step in and take firm control of Chancellor Winters, sidelining both Billy and Devon until they can prove they can work together? Will she choose to back one over the other, knowing the personal fallout could be devastating? And how much of herself is she willing to sacrifice to keep the peace? The answers to these questions will shape not just Lily's storyline, but the broader dynamics of the Winters family and the Abbott connections for months to come. Fans can expect high-stakes boardroom confrontations, emotional hospital scenes with Kane, and tense private moments where Lily wrestles with what her heart wants versus what her head knows is right. There will be late-night strategy sessions, whispered conversations that could be misconstrued, and moments when Lily feels the walls closing in. The writers are crafting a classic Y&R dilemma, one where there is no perfect answer, and every choice will leave scars. Lily Winters is about to discover that being caught in the middle isn't just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. In a city where trust is fragile and power is everything, her next move could either unite the people she loves or shatter them beyond repair. And when the dust settles, Genoa City may never look at her the same way again.